Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. It's the In Wheel Time car talk show, your weekly go-to all things automotive place. Ahead, we have some features you'll find interesting, along with the stories making automotive news headlines, and some fun times to be had by all. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world Mars, King Conrad DeLong. We need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us on this Saturday. It's great to have you with us. Kind of a rainy day here in southeast Texas, and it's supposed to be rainy and stormy for the entire weekend, which is why I mentioned to you earlier when we were talking about the Lucky's Rod Run tomorrow, which I had planned on going to. I had planned on getting out there, washing the car, cleaning it all up, and then going Lucky's Rod Run at, 3:30 in the morning to be there to get a spot to park by the time the sun comes up. But I don't know. I don't know what that's going to happen.
Yeah, I'll be sleeping.
Will you? All right. Well, I won't be, but I never am. Let's talk to a friend of the show. His name is Brad Thompson. His name is Brad Thompson, and he is with God's Garage. Brad, good morning to you.
Morning, fellas. How are you guys?
Very well, thank you, and thanks so much for joining us on this kind of gloomy Saturday. But, hey, it's alive, and we are all on this side of the dirt, and it's a good day, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd say, hey, I have a question for you, Don. Did you end up taking your Corvette down to MSR Houston after Richard kind of baited you into it?
No, I have not done that yet, but I was thinking about that just last.
Conrad's got it right there.
I took the car out actually last weekend, and actually had the weekend with it, and I thought, I really need to get down there and do that.
Man, I can't tell you how many times I've heard my friends say that. I've got a C7 Grand Sport, and I take it to Circuit of the Americas. I've been to MSR several times. Actually, one of the pictures on, the Facebook page now has the one from COTA. But, man, I want to see you down there sometime.
Well, are you, is this your daily driver?
Well, kind of. It's my daily driver when it's not raining. I have an F-150 that's my daily driver when it is raining.
Got you. Okay. All right. So we're in the same boat. I mean, I don't want to peel the tires off of it or anything like that, but I would like to take it around corners fast for at least a few laps.
That's where the fun's at.
We'd like to see you do that, too.
Yeah. I know you would, but you're not going to, because I'm going to do that in private just in case there's a little boo-boo or something.
Boo-boo.
So, Brad Thompson, for those people that don't know, tell everybody what God's Garage is, how it works, what it does.
Yeah, thanks for having us on. I think it was sometime last year. And actually, I think Richard was on the show that I was on last time. So it's kind of interesting that I kind of saw him on the show there. But yeah. God's Garage, we're a 501c3 nonprofit. We're up just east of downtown in Conroe on Highway 105. We're about to actually lose our building because they're widening 105, and they're going to tear up our building. But we take donated cars, running or not. We have a 40-year ASC Master Certified Mechanic that is on our staff, and we fix those cars. We get them roadworthy. We get them safe. We take every car for a state inspection. And then we actually give those away to single moms, widows, or wives of deployed military. And we also fix cars for that same constituency. If they have their own car, and let's say, we're in Houston, so let's say their air conditioner's out, they can apply online with us, and we will take them through our process of getting them to the point where we can either give them a car or fix their existing car.
Brad, whose idea was this?
A guy named Chris Williams, PC. He's better known as PC in the community up here. He's a pastor. He was a pastor at Lone Star Cowboy Church over in Montgomery. And the way this started is he is actually on the way home one day and saw a mom walking down Highway 105 in Montgomery with their child in the rain, walking down the side of the highway, which, we all know how safe that is. But he stopped and said, "What are you doing out here?" And she said, "Well, my truck's been in the shop for 3 months. I can't afford to get it fixed." So he and a bunch of guys from their church picked up that truck, took it to his house, and they fixed the truck for her for free and gave her the truck. And that was the birth of God's Garage about 10 years ago.
Well, and I did want to mention the fact that this is not a junkyard donation service. You don't take junk cars that really, there's no hope for them, that they really do need to be called to the junkyard. These are cars that, maybe a little long in the tooth, that they may have a number of miles on them, but they also are repairable. And they could make somebody a good daily transportation around the city.
So, Don, before last year, I would have agreed with you completely. But with the real shortage in the used car market, we've picked up everything. We picked up 420 cars last year.
Wow.
The year before, we picked up just shy of 500. But to give you an example, out of about 400 cars, we only gave away 100. So 75% of the cars we picked up last year were not repairable. So we will salvage the car. We'll take the proceeds from the salvage and we'll use that to put towards either fixing one of our applicants' cars or, going into the repairs of the cars that we can repair.
So the car that you and I would say is junk, you'll take it anyway because a junkyard will buy it. And you can and you can take those proceeds and put it into some other car.
Yeah, or a donor car.
I have dragged a car out of a field with 4 flat tires up onto a rollback wrecker before and brought it here, and it gets us a couple $100, and everything for us as a nonprofit. I mean, we only have 5 paid employees, and we gave away 100 cars last year.
Wow.
And we fixed almost 100 cars last year, and that was a slow year for us.
Can you also use some of these donated bombs, so to speak, as parts cars? Because generally, somebody donates a Chevy pickup truck, generally some of the parts on that you'll use for upgrading another Chevy pickup truck, because so much stuff is somewhat interchangeable. So will you strip some of the usable parts?
We don't do as much of that as you would think, because it takes away from the salvage value, because the guys that are buying them from us for salvage are buying them for those parts. So the more we take off of them, the more they're going to take away. We get a lot of support from the local parts houses up here, Napa and CarQuest and a few other places up here really do us real well. I mean, we pay wholesale for all of our parts, because we are, in a sense, an auto shop repair business. We're just not open to the public.
Okay. Plus, if you get too many bombs, as Comrade called it, where are you going to put them? I mean, you've got limited space to keep those things while you strip the parts off of it.
Well, that's kind of what's changed for us in the last couple of years. We did have very limited space. We have 13 acres here. Now, we don't want to have a salvage yard, and you're exactly right, but we have relationships with wholesalers and the auto auction up here that cars don't stay on our property very long. If we know we're not going to fix them, I was here yesterday. I saw 6 cars getting towed over to the auction. So, okay. and a couple of them got driven over to the auction. But, when the transmission slips, you can drive them a mile and a half. But, we don't take the chance on fixing those. I didn't know it was dog day. I didn't know I could bring my dog.
Oh, yeah. That's Susie. She's the show dog.
Yeah.
So with you said that they're taking over your property to expand the road. Where are you moving to?
That right there.
Okay. I saw that. That's why I wanted you to bring it up.
I appreciate the lead in. So we actually are going to build a new building. I'm sitting in our shop, which is about 3/4 the way back into our property. We have a 2-bay shop here that was here when we bought the property a couple years ago. And we are in the old feed store. For anybody that knows the old east side of Conroe, that's our main office, and that's going to go away. We decided we couldn't move it. So we actually last year tried to raise as much money as possible to build that building, which is actually going to be on our property. It's going to sit off the road, because for us, trying to find the best way to maximize the asset we have, we're going to leave the road frontage available for some kind of commercial development, which will help us offset our costs, eventually. So at least when we first build the building, it'll be very visible from the road, but eventually it will probably sit down a little side road. But we're just east of 1314 on 105, and this is where we'll be for a while, I hope.
Well, hopefully the state funds you for a while with interruption of business and asset acquisition by the state. So
yes, sir. We went through that deeply last year already. So.
Yeah. But we know that your business model is through donations, whether that's through cash donations, through vehicle donations, and we've gone ahead and posted up a link on our Facebook page for people to connect with you to make those donations as well.
Yes, sir. That's just godsgarage.org is our website. We had our what we called our Fueling Futures Initiative, which is what that was part of. I believe that page is still there. So if you scroll down just a little bit, there's a button that says Initiative, and that'll show you where we're at. Our target was 1.2 million. We got to about 850,000 before the end of the year. We expected the end of the year to be kind of the end of this, but we're just going to find creative ways to keep raising money. As a matter of fact, we have a 1990 TVR S3 convertible that we're going to auction off for anybody that likes right-hand drive cars.
TVR.
Is that a Triumph?
No, but it's a British Triumph-ish car.
Version.
Yeah, with Ford components primarily, right? So
what a cool car. That sounds like something I need to
to
put in unicorn hunting.
Yeah. It's a
Hey,
convertible. It's right-hand drive. What else you need?
You want me to send you pictures of that one, Conrad?
Yes, please do. Just
I will do
Conrad at inwheeltime.com.
Yeah, our past board chair, he's still a board member. His name's Ted Wyrick. He donated that car to us last year. We actually kind of hoped we would make the Barrett Jackson auction that came to Houston.
Yeah.
They will take a few charities every year, but we didn't make the cut this year. But that was going to be our feature car. So instead, we're just going to auction it off as part of our trying to raise money for the new building.
Sure.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Have you looked at Meekum?
That's coming up.
No, we haven't talked to them. I'm not even sure how we got in touch with Barrett Jackson. Kind of the funny thing on that is one of our board members brought up that, hey, Barrett Hewitt or someone like that. I thought he was talking about a tax agency. wanted to talk to us. Well, I'm our board chair. I'm going, oh boy, what'd we do? And then a little later on the meeting, he says, yeah, Barrett Jackson. I'm like, oh, Barrett Jackson. So
cool.
it was kind of funny. It was a shocker that we have a chance to get on that, and we tried, but it just wasn't our year, and that's okay.
What are you working on now? What do you got in the shop?
Am I?
What do you got in the shop?
Nothing right now. Actually, the two lifts in here are empty this morning. We don't work over the weekends. We have volunteers that will actually come in and work on weekends. There is anything from a 20-year-old car to an 8-year-old car sitting out on the lot right outside the building here. And as we find the needs that we can match that car up with the needs of an applicant, then those are the cars we'll focus on to get them ready.
Got it.
So right now we have 7 applicants that have gone all the way through our process. We actually require them to go through a life skills training. So you don't just, hey, come in, apply, I get a car. We have interviews. We make sure they fit our scope and our need. And then we actually have them come in, and we have this awesome group of ladies that teach them a 1-day class on budgeting, how to dress for interviews, how to write a resume.
Oh, wow.
Childcare, nutrition, all kinds of stuff that a lot of these women don't have that background or haven't had the stable parent home to teach them those kind of things. So, and then we try to match them up with a church home as well. We are God's garage, so we do try to do that.
So it's more than just providing somebody a car. It's providing them with life direction and transportation to facilitate that new direction in their life.
Exactly.
Absolutely. We hope this is a bridge for them. I don't remember the study. One of our other board members is really good about this, but I'm not. But there was a study on the single most impactful factor to get people out of poverty is reliable transportation. And especially if you think about, you guys are down in Houston, we're up in Conroe. There's no public transit up here. So the horror stories we hear of moms pushing 2 carts, 2 strollers down the road to go to the grocery store, and then try to get back home, especially in the summer. If you could kind of think about that, the impact this makes on their lives are incredible. So we hope it's a step up to help get them to the next place. But we don't really anticipate that this is going to be this massively long-term. We hope the car makes 2 years for them is what we're hoping.
Give them a chance to get going.
Right.
I've lost Don. Huh? I guess he.
Right, so
Yeah, he's chasing the dog.
At his age, when Mother Nature calls, you got to run.
There's a squirrel.
Squirrel.
There was a squirrel came through.
So if somebody had a car they wanted to donate or knew of somebody, is that something they can do through the website?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We've actually we've become extremely efficient in the last few years. So you can go on our website, you can choose to donate a car, and you can actually pick the time slot that we'll come pick it up. And then once you do that, it'll put you on our calendar, and then we will call and confirm the pickup. And we have really an amazing volunteers. They pick up 2 cars a day, 2 to 4 cars a day, depending on the day. But if you think about, there's 220 work days in a year, so we picked up about 2 cars a day every work day of the last 2 years.
So how broad of a geographical area are you talking about that you cover to do that?
Yeah, thanks for asking that. So we go about 75 miles, about an hour, if you will, from Conroe in any direction. We were on the Kelly Clarkson show a few years ago, and we got donations from all over the place. So there are services we can use that are nationwide that'll pick up cars for us. Those cars typically don't make it back to us just because, it's
time and
not
distance.
it's not cost effective to bring them all the way back here.
So I see on your website, you make it very easy to donate a car. You make it very easy to apply to become a recipient of a vehicle and a life skill experience. You also make it very easy to volunteer to help there at God's Garage in all of the different capacities. So I challenge all of our followers to jump on your website and take a peek and see what you can do to help.
Exactly.
Yeah, thanks for doing that. And we can don't think you need to be a guy that knows how to fix a car to be here. If you want to learn how to fix basic things in a car, this is a great place to come. We change oils in every car we get. We do the basic maintenance. So that's a great point.
Ignition switches, yeah.
Yeah. Window motors. I mean,
No, he's busting my chops because my Oldsmobile has been down for an ignition switch for months now.
Well, I had
Months.
Almost a year.
Let's check the calendar here.
I had a '73 Cutlass S, and it was a pretty cool car at the time. But that's how I learned to work on cars. Is we had Oldsmobiles as
that hurts. That hurts. So
And I didn't even prompt that. It's awesome.
Maybe we could hotwire that thing and take it up there, and they could get it fixed.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll come pick it up.
There you go.
I'm probably not going to donate.
Well, you're asking for folks to donate time. We could all push it in.
Yeah, well, it'd be a long push.
No, we'll come get it. We don't mind.
Well, Brad, it's great to talk to you, and we wish you the best of luck for 2022, and continued success in a very successful and needed, and we all appreciate everything that you do up there.
You're blessing lots of lives in the work that you do. Thank you.
Guys, thank you so much for having us on. It means a lot to us when you contact us to say, hey, we want to check in with you. And just so your viewers know, we didn't ask to be on the show. You guys kind of pinged us. So that means a lot to us that you do that. We will have a building built hopefully in about 5 months. We just got our permits through the city. So we're going to start that construction very soon, and we could always have you come do a live show from the new show.
A summer grand opening.
We want to at least get a tour of it, if nothing else.
Exactly.
Sounds good.
It's air-conditioned shop, so we don't have to do it's 102 degrees at 6 in the morning.
Well, maybe during one of your donations, we can have that recipient on the air.
Actually, we do that a lot, and that's a tremendous idea, and we would love to do that with you. So
let's work on that.
Actually, I may reach back out to Mike at that time and say, hey, Mike, we're getting close.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, we're definitely in on that. So give us a shout, and it's good to talk to you, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Brad. Brad Thompson, God's Garage. We'd love to hear from you. You can always shoot us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. Got a couple of stories that I wanted to get to, but I also wanted to do this feature. I kind of got into it just a touch. Auto debuts on tap for 2022.
Okay.
And I had mentioned to you about the Acura, and the Acura Integra is coming back. Alfa Romeo. Production of the new Toenail subcompact crossover.
What?
It's not Toenail.
But it'll have a plug-in hybrid variant. Starts in 2022, while the Giulia sports sedan could get a freshening that we care. But I love the name Toenail.
Toenail?
Tonale. How else would you pronounce it?
I guess you can stub your toenail.
I think that it may be something about Tonale, but, I think that I would have had
IE at the end. Or something.
Sir, do you think we could come up with another name? Because in English, the English straight translation would be toenail. Mm-hmm. Aston Martin premium high-performance DBX model is expected to arrive in the first half with slightly different styling.
I saw the Aston Martin. Have you seen the SUV they sell now?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. Is that wild looking? That whole rear shape of it? That's crazy.
Audi.
I want one.
After a delay by COVID-19, a refreshed A8 sedan due in the first half, followed in the second half by freshened versions of the A6 and A7. So they're going to complete makeover.
My daughter's an Audi fan.
Yep.
Freshening of the e-tron has been moved up to the second half to add range and update styling and driver assistance offerings.
She's had a
BMW i4. Isn't that what you had, Mars?
No, he had the i3.
Was it 3 or 8?
i3.
i3 that made it about 10 miles out of town before you had to
3
stop.
gallons of gas.
Yeah, I had to stop 3 times on the way over here.
Sporty four-door EV, the iX, a new 5X-sized battery electric crossover, will arrive in early 2022. They got too many things going on there. Way too much. Cadillac, Lyric midsize crossover, planned to reach dealerships in the first half.
Yes.
Will have a base price of $60,000 and a Cadillac estimated 300 miles of range on a full charge. Super Cruise also be available.
Yep.
Chevy, freshening of the Silverado delayed from 2021 by the global microchip shortage. Planned for the first half, Chevy will add an off-road ZR2 option. The 2023 Corvette Z06 will arrive in the summer with a high-revving 32-valve, 5.5-liter double overhead cam V8 engine.
Flat plane.
And a slightly modified body to accommodate its bigger tires and greater air intake needs. Expect the Blazer midsize crossover to be freshened in the second half. Cruise, production of the Origin, a self-driving van with sliding doors, bench seats, and no steering wheel or pedals is slated to start at Factory Zero in Detroit late this year.
That'll confuse people.
Yeah. How do we drive this? Where's the gear shift knob on this one? Dodge, plug-in hybrid crossover, which could be called the Hornet,
No, that'll work.
is expected to join the lineup in the second half. Model likely will be a sibling of the upcoming Alfa Romeo Toenail.
Toenail.
Ferrari V12 powered
Hornet
supercar.
toenail?
That'd be a Hornet Toenail. Do Hornets have toes? I don't think they do
No,
they?
they-
Yeah, stingers.
The Stinger.
Yeah.
Ferrari new V12 powered supercar could start production in January
They're
and make
always
it to the
doing a new
U.S.
one.
around the halfway point. There's a bunch of other stuff here that I'm not even going to get into that because nobody's going to buy that anyway.
I guess the first of the Hummer EVs are hitting the ground.
Fisker, the Ocean, a 300-mile electric SUV with a solar roof is planned to arrive early this year as the first of 3 EVs to revive the Fisker name. Ford Expedition to be freshened early next year with over-the-air update capability. Sync 4. They'll never get the sync system working, I don't think. Blue Cruise driver assist system and more rugged Timberline variant. Electric F-150 Lightning. The Raptor lineup with the V8 powered F-150 Raptor R and the first Bronco Raptor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The Escape compact crossover due for a freshening late next year. Genesis, they're working on some stuff. G80 EV, blah, blah. GMC, refreshing the Sierra pickup, expected to arrive in the first quarter. Honda, 2-row Passport crossover.
2-row.
And a 3-row Pilot will be redesigned with more rugged styling in 2022.
Nice.
I don't think of a Honda as a rugged off-road vehicle.
Anything.
Yeah.
Redesigns of the HR-V, Accord, and CR-V are expected this year. Civic Type R hot hatch has been seen in spy photos and should be ready before the end of 2022. Hyundai, a freshening of the Sonata is likely in 2022. The venue should be updated in the second half when the Accent is likely to be discontinued. Infiniti QX50, which is redesigned in 2018, will have a refreshing in the second half. Jeep, second plug-in hybrid, the Grand Cherokee 4xe, is scheduled to reach North American dealerships in early 2022. And Jim Morrison's going to be our guest next hour. He's the head of the Jeep brand in the United States, and we're going to ask him about that. Going to offer 25 miles of electric range, 6,000-pound tow rating, and a Trailhawk version as well. Kia Sportage, 5th generation, radically different styling, goes on sale in the first half of 2023 model. The EV6, Kia's first EV on a dedicated platform, also will come in the first half with both a standard range and an extended range battery. Lamborghini, the resurrected Countach.
I like that.
Will reach customers in the first half. I look forward to. Remember when that car came out? Everybody had to have the poster on their on their bedroom wall.
Yeah.
That would be me.
Particularly the yellow one. I like the yellow one.
Yep.
Right next to the Farrah Fawcett.
That's right. A redesigned Range Rover, new fuel-saving, nobody cares, 8-passenger Defender 130 also expected. Lexus LX 600 scheduled to arrive in the spring with a new powertrain and loads of new luxury equipment. The midsize RX will be redesigned onto Toyota's global luxury platform in the second half of the year. Lincoln, freshening's coming for the Navigator and the Corsair. There's a new company called Lordstown. Supplier issues prompted Lordstown Motors to delay the start of commercial production for its Endurance electric pickup in the third quarter. Maserati's going to have some new stuff. Mazda, new CX-50 built at Huntsville, Alabama, will launch as a more off-road focused sibling to the best-selling CX-5. Mazda 6 midsize sedan, Mazda 3 compact, refreshed for 2022. Mercedes-Benz has got a whole list of things that they're redoing or that's new. One is the Maybach S-Class V12. Lord knows how much that's going to be. The Mitsubishi, a redesigned plug-in Outlander based on the new generation that nobody will buy. Nissan, 2023 Nissan Z set to arrive this spring. Features a leaner and more nimble profile. I showed you a picture of that. Got a preview of that personally. Polestar, 3 5-seat, Polestar 3, 5-seat crossover coupe set to go into production in South Carolina in late 2022. Porsche will introduce the Cayenne Turbo GT, a track-focused coupe-like variant of the midsize crossover in early 22. Now, did you just catch that? A coupe-like variant,
right?
Track-focused Cayenne Turbo GT. Okay. Rivian, R1T electric pickup, but delayed the SUV version, the R1S, until the first few months of this year. 5-seat, 7-seat configurations. Rolls-Royce, Subaru's coming out. They're going to try to do something this year because, they've been kind of stagnant. So they're going to redo everything.
I've been seeing a lot of Subaru commercials.
Yes, you have.
And they have a real loyal customer base.
Yep, they
Yes, they do.
RAV4 from Toyota, Sequoia, the Highlander, and the BZ4X, all going on sale this year.
Oh, your favorite.
Now,
I wonder if the Sequoia is going to follow the Tundra, the new Tundra platform.
3-row SUV, the new body-on-frame global platform, arrive in the second half of this year. It's expected to get upgraded infotainment and driver assist systems along with hybrid powertrain. That's all I have on it.
Yeah.
And then Volvo, battery-powered C40 Recharge, it's called.
You've talked about naming and how some names don't necessarily relate.
Like toenail.
Or Polestar.
Polestar.
Just that name just blows my mind.
Brings back teenage years, huh? You talked about Fisker and the solar roof. Didn't that they originally had that? That's what made Fisker Fisker in the beginning. Yeah. You talked about the Lyric.
Yep.
Cadillac Lyric. I'm kind of interested in getting a new vehicle this year. I was thinking of the Lyric,
but sold out.
No, I was going to drop an LS in it.
Drop it. Yeah, okay, that's great.
I hear buzz already.
Yeah.
We got a quick
Tub
break
it
now,
out.
and we thank you for joining us. We'll be right back here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show.
You're invited to the event of the year. The Houston Auto Show and Houston Boat Show are getting hitched. January 26th through the 30th at NRG Center. The Auto Show and Boat Show unite for the first time ever. Take a test drive, board your dream boat, check out the latest and greatest models. One ticket gets you into 2 great events. The Houston Auto and Boat Show, January 26th through 30th at NRG Center. Tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
Because of inclement weather, the Tailpipes and Tacos December Cruise-In was canceled. Darn it. But when it returns in the spring, expect a new and exciting way to enjoy the gathering. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's unique Saturday morning cruise-in, and with a new quarterly format, you'll have more time for car mods and to get ready for cruise-in trophies. Yup, you can compete for Best Hot Rod, Best Classic, and more. And the top car will be featured on a full-size poster that'll be used to promote the next event. Bragging rights are guaranteed here. Tailpipes and Tacos wants to thank all participants and visitors who made the event an exclusive, fun gathering of unique cars, trucks, hot rods, and lots of muscle. And we know you'll enjoy it even more in 2022. Tailpipes and Tacos will still be held at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, just south of I-10 at Kingsland Boulevard on 99, the Grand Parkway. Stay tuned right here to the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show, and we'll tell you the exact date for the next event. Until next time, be sure to visit the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, where you'll find the best fajitas this side of California. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.